Hi, it's Michael Pilarski with another Friends of the Trees Botanicals video. And the hero or heroine of our story today is this white sage, Salvia apiana, the white sage from Southern California, the Chaparral region near Los Angeles, San Diego, etc. And Anna was just telling me that one of the tricks to getting it to propagate is that it's a seed. The seed propagates after fire. And so actually burning a little bit of debris on top of your seed flat after you've sown it might help the germination, or maybe even some smoking. Some places in the world that have wildflower that's a fire germinated seed will just have a little fire underneath it and smoke it, so to speak, and the smoke can help to get the seed to grow. So, but you don't need to do that to get this to grow. It is possible, but it does seem to need some tricks. It's not the easiest thing to start from seed. This, of course, is one of the most famous smudge plants in North America, used by a lot, the traditional peoples in its territory. And now it's traded across North America as a smudge sticks. And so this is a spiritual plant. It's a real sacred plant. It's a plant that helps keep the negative spirits away. We should probably ring Washington, D.C. with this stuff and make posies for all the politicians. But at any rate, this is one of the most fragrant plants in my whole garden. So I love growing it just so I can stroke it when I walk by. One of what I call a scratch and sniff plant. And this is a single plant from seed this spring, and look at how much growth we're going to get on this. We're getting on this. So each one of these, so we'll be harvesting it before frost. It'll take a little bit of frost, but basically we want to get this off. So we're watching for the frost. Might be in the next couple of weeks here, 2-3 weeks. So this is getting close to harvest time, but there's a lot of leaf on here, and so each one of these leaves can be burned as a smudge. So in other words, we could have hundreds of smudge ceremonies with just this one plant. So lots of medicinal uses as well. You can look it up. And but it's interesting that here we are. We're right next to the Canadian border. We're only 20 miles. The Canadian border is probably 15 miles away. Here we're on the Olympic Peninsula. So I've grown this in eastern Washington. You can grow this in any good temperate zone location as long as you plant it out after frost is ended, and take care of it. If you give it some extra good spot and fertilizer and stuff, of course it'll make a bigger growth. I have had one winter over in a pot in a greenhouse, and the next year it flowered and set and ripened seed. But for the most part, these die during our temperate winters. So I just grow it as a plant, as an annual. But you can pot these up and put them in your house or your courtyard or a greenhouse or hoop house and carry them on over the winter as well. Now, my garden is a 1/4 acre here, but it's so full of plants, we just didn't have enough. And these went in really late, so I didn't know where to put them. But see, here's my row of elecampane. Here's a row of new black cohosh that just went in this year, but there's a row of them stretching down here. So this was a wide pathway because these are small this year. So I just planted these in the path to get an extra yield out of the system. They're an annual, so they'll be gone next year. These cohosh will be much bigger next year. So sometimes I have to use my pathways to grow things in, just because I don't have enough bed space left. So we really cram our systems here, as you've seen from past Friends of the Trees videos. We are believing in really getting plants over almost the whole garden. This is we have skullcap next door and the cohosh, and here's a bit of wild, oat volunteer, etc. So, at any rate, thanks for watching our videos. I know a lot of people are watching on a regular basis, and we have around 50 videos up now, thanks to Anna, on our herbs and wildcrafting and growing. So keep on watching. Watch out for new things coming along, and maybe you'll see you in the garden one of these days.